Welcome to Talladega, Alabama for one of the most anticipated Aflac Cup Series races of the season. And it is the round one cutoff where 4 drivers will be eliminated in today's Season 8 Aflac Cup Series playoffs. And we have some drivers to watch for. One of them is the Joey Logano. He's negative 19 points out. He's basically in a must-win situation today. He's got to have a good performance. Chase Elliott needs a good solid day. He's 1 point out behind Carl Edwards and Carter Adelman. Same with Brad Keselowski. And then there's Carl Edwards right there. 1 point into the playoffs. Just one spot puts him into the next round. When they drop the green flag, he'll be out of the playoffs because he starts so back in the field. Now here's your standings. There you see Carl Edwards, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski right around the bubble. Carter Adelman, he's not safe. Kenseth, he's not necessarily safe. Larson, he may be 12 spots, but that one wreck and other 4 drivers have good runs, he's out. Now for the command. Drivers, start your engines. The cars fire up here in Talladega, and we're going to check out your Spider-Man Homecoming starting lineup. In row 1, we have the Rocket Man Ryan Newman next to Paul Menard. Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano in row 2. You got Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Carter Adelman. Row 4, Michael McDowell and Chase Elliott. In row 5, we have the fan favorite Dale Jr. and Clint Boya. Row 6, Ty Dillon next to his brother Austin. Row 7, it's Kevin Happy Harvick next to Kyle Larson. Row 8, Landon Sandcastle and Michael Shelton. Row 9, we have Jamie McMurray and Big Bad Brad Keselowski, Jimmy Alanya and Martin Truex Jr. in row 10, and Danica Patrick and Kurt Busch in row 11. Bryce Harvey and Jimmy Johnson in row 12, Max Kansas and Carl Flippy Edwards in row 13, Denny Hammer and Hamlin next to Logan McDaniel, and in row 15 we have Camden Luca and Kyle Busch, Trevor Bayne and Eric Jones in row 16, and then Chris Buescher and Casey Kane in row 17. Row 18 we have Eric Almirola and Matt DiBenedetto. And in row 19, Brian Scott and Tyler Johnson, A.J. Allmendinger and Jeffrey Earnhardt in row 20. And in row 21 and 41st today is Greg Biffle. The green flag is out, and we are racing here at Talladega. Ryan Newman gets a good jump on the field as the cars come across the line. Kyle Busch already starting that high lane as they cross the start-finish line. Down the back they go. It's Ryan Newman blocking his teammate Paul Menard. Ryan Blaney and Ricky Stenhouse, 2 Fords, going to open up that inside lane. But here comes Michael McDowell creeping in, making a 3 wide with Stenhouse and Logano. Logano's got the heck of a run on the outside. He's going to go past Menard for second and challenge Ryan Newman down the back for the race lead with the help of Chase Elliott. 4 wide down there, 3 rows deep. They settle it out there. Joey Logano, must-win situation. What's he doing? He's leading the race. Can Joey Logano have a clutch moment here in the Season 8 playoffs? Off of turn 2 they come. Chase Elliott, I think he's contentedly riding in the back behind Logano. We got a car off the track as Paul Menard gets pushed out there. He's going to go back up into the track. A heart attack for Kevin Harvick and Brad Keselowski. Keselowski did not have anything happen to him. Remember, he's just 1 point out starting the day. But we got a challenge for the race lead. It's Clint Boyer. Hasn't done much all season, but now he's leading, trying to make momentum for a possible Season 9. To the outside goes Austin Dillon, challenging for that second position between Logano and Elliott as the cars roll through 3 and 4. At the line, Logano gets a good run on Boyer. Boyer goes to block, but he does not succeed on that attempt. Logano back up to block Stenhouse, who helped him to the lead. Here comes Kyle Larson. We talked about Larson at the top of the show. He's not necessarily safe, so he needs a good day here in Talladega. Oh, we got cars beating and banging, and they go around. It's Carter Adelman, Dale Jr., and others going around in the tri-oval here at Talladega. Carter Adelman flipped upside down. The red flag is on display here. Watch as Jimmy Lyon is going to hit Ryan Newman, back down into Newman, and Newman goes around along with Dale Jr. and Carter Adelman. Devastating impacts for Carter Adelman. This will most likely put him out of the chase. Dale Jr., he came into the race 17 points above the cut line. We're going to have to watch him throughout the show, but he should be safe with this crash. Fans, don't get too upset just yet. Dale Jr. is not necessarily out of the playoffs. Looks like McMurray was involved as well. Truex and McDowell and Adelman all hit hard there as Carter tried to miss the wreck. He goes into the grass, back up into the field and flips. Ty Dillon involved. You already mentioned Michael McDowell. He was in this wreck. And there's Dale Jr., who initially went around with Ryan Newman. Those two both went through the grass. And like we said, Jr. may be out, but not necessarily true. Then you see McMurray, he had contact. Paul Menard ran off the track earlier by Michael McDowell. McDowell tried to go make it 4 wide, did not work. McDowell actually lost positions out of that too. There goes Carter Adam making 4. Yeah, Menard just mistakenly tried to get back on the track there, no room. And now he's deep in field. Red flag has been lifted, and the cars roll off. Now the car's in the pits getting repairs. It's Austin Dillon, and then a chaser, Jamie McMurray. And then Jimmy Lanya, he had damage in his car as well, in the crash, but he stays out. And then the Toyotas, they started mid-pack, and they have not been moving their way to the front. Now with that wreck, that moves them up some positions. That's going to help chasers Matt Kenseth and Carl Edwards, who are so close to falling out of the chase. But with that wreck, with Carter Adam officially being out, that's going to help them. Now green flag with 4 laps remaining. The green flag is back in the air on lap 6. Logano gets a good jump on Ricky Stenhouse there as the cars cross the line. Down the back they go. Another flyby down the Alabama Gang super stretch. Matt DiBenedetto forming a line on the outside. Joey Logano goes up to block the surging Clint Boyer. Here comes Kyle Larson and the man who's got damage, Jimmy Alanya. Down the back stretch they come now. Here comes Kyle Larson to the outside of Logano, but here comes Logano's teammate Keselowski looking to the inside. Side by side for the race lead between Keselowski and Larson. Coming to 2 laps to go, Larson is going to clear Keselowski. Through turns 1 and 2, here comes Stenhouse getting a run on Keselowski. Logano's pinched into the wall by McDaniel. Around they go. Carl Edwards involved late. Joey Logano and Carl Edwards, 2 chase contenders, now out of the Season 8 playoffs. Major implications here. With 2 laps remaining, Clint Boyer is going to limp to the garage area after being involved as well. The red flag has been displayed once again. Check out the instant replay. Watch, Logano gets pinched into the wall by McDaniel, and around they go, collecting Trevor Bayne, Jimmy Johnson, Jimmy Lanya, Kevin Harvick. Luckily, Harvick won last week, but Carl Edwards was collected right at the very end. There goes Alanya right up into the 2, Harvick and Edwards, and they are done for the day. Joey Logano is done for his playoff chances. Carl Edwards, he's going to need a lot to happen for him to make these playoffs, but it looks like Carl Edwards' playoff hopes have vanished here at Talladega. Mighty Talladega has claimed another victim, Joey Logano and Carl Edwards. 2 laps remain here in Talladega. It's going to get crazy. It's Larson. It's Keselowski. Let the chaos ensue. Green flag is back in the air. Larson and Keselowski lead him to the line. Keselowski gets a good jump, but so does Michael Shelton. Where did he come? Spider-Man slings his way into the lead here at Talladega. Kurt Busch comes with him as well. Kurt Busch side drafts him down the front stretch through the triangle. It's Kurt Busch to the race lead, but here comes Keselowski once again. Brad Keselowski not giving up on this race, but neither is Michael Shelton. Michael's going to get his way, but Chase Elliott goes around in the backstretch. Hard into the inside wall on the backstretch. No caution. Through 3 and 4, Keselowski gets loose. Up into the field. Hits the wall. Shelton's going to win it, but no. DiBenedetto gets him at the end. What a finish. Matt DiBenedetto, where did you come from? Insane finish here at Talladega. That was crazy. Watch Brad Keselowski get loose through 3 and 4. Down into Kurt Busch. Back up into the field. Somehow only collects him and Stenhouse and Kurt Busch. Everybody else gets through. Then there's Matt DiBenedetto. Oh my gosh. What a finish. Chase Elliott also goes around. Looks like he just gets loose off of turn 2. Goes down in front of Matt Kenseth. Really Elliott's fault there. And then hard hits for some of the forwards. They had strong runs today. Kurt Busch, Keselowski, and Stenhouse almost won this race today. There's Ricky getting into Keselowski. Hard hits, but Matt DiBenedetto is a race winner in the Aflac Cup Series after today. What a crazy finish. And now he gets to celebrate that victory. Congratulations, Matt DiBenedetto. Insane finish and well-deserved win. Stuck into the throttle, past Shelton at the finish line, and wins the Spider-Man Homecoming 500. And once again, an underdog strikes in Talladega and crashes the chase party. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the chase standings after round 1. The 8 advancing: Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Matt Kenseth, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Told you not to worry about him. He advances. Chase Elliott advances after crashing on the last lap, and same for Brad Keselowski, but just barely. As you can see, they are only +6 and +5 over Jamie McMurray. Carl Edwards needed a lot of help, and he was 9 points short of advancing in his final season in the Athletic Cup Series, and Carter Adelman as well. And same with Joey Logano. Those 4 do not advance. Now for the regular point standings, Austin Dillon, he's holding the flag for the non-chasers over Martin Truex Jr., Kurt Busch, Casey Kane, Jimmy Johnson. And then years 21st through 30th, Ryan Blaney continues to struggle. He had a decent race today, though. He had a good run here at Talladega. 31st through 40th. And then here's your back runners, the drivers that never really get to run races. Now, for the finishing results for today's race, Matt DiBenedetto takes the checkered flag in surprising fashion over this guy. I feel so bad for you, Michael. I did not mean to do you like that, but that's how it happens sometimes. Kyle Larson finishes 3rd. Danica Patrick 4th. Landon Castle finishes 5th. By the way, Danica, nice job in the top 5. 6th place today was Eric Jones. Casey Kane ran back at the pack all day and gets home with a top 10. That's how it rolls at Talladega sometimes when they all crash at the end. 8th was Bryce Harvey. 9th place, Ryan Blaney. And finishing 10th today was Brian Scott. He did not crash. This must be a record. 11th place today was Matt Kenseth. And 12th was Kyle Busch. Finishing 13th today was Denny Hamlin. And 14th was Camden Luca. And 15th today, Paul Menard. Finishing 16th, Greg Biffle. And then 17th was Austin Dillon. Austin was involved in the first crash here today. Allmendinger, quiet day. Chris Buescher, quiet day. 20th was Eric Almirola, another quiet day. Didn't really get to see him much. 21st was Jeffrey Earnhardt. And then Jamie McMurray will not advance. He had a very bad round. I don't think he got one top 10. Chase Elliott advances despite crashing on the last lap today. He got through consistencies for the first 2 races. And Keselowski, once again, advances because of Carl Edwards crashing. Same with Carter Adelman. Those 2 falling out of the top 8 really helped Elliott and Keselowski advance today. 31st was Trevor Bayne. 32nd, Logan McDaniel. He feels so bad for pinching Logano into the wall, but Logano kind of came up on him. Kevin Harvick finishes 33rd. There's Logano finishing 34th. And Carl Edwards heartbreakingly finishes 35th. He was going to advance on points today based on where he is currently running, especially with Keselowski wrecking. Dale Jr. finishes 37th. 38th was Michael McDowell. 39th, Ty Dillon. And then 40th was Carter Adelman. 41st today was Martin Truex Jr. Oh, next race, we go to round 2, race 1 of round 2. It is Chicagoland. First time we ever been in the Athletic Cup Series. Thanks everybody for watching. This is JG24, JM26, signing out.